गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट. नवयुवक शिक्षण प्रसारक मंडळ चापोली संजीवनी महाविद्यालय चापोली वेलकम you in e-learning platform prepared by myself Dr. Shubhangi Prabhakarao Chauhan, Assistant Professor and Head Department of Botany. Now, Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University Nanded semester pattern curriculum under choice based credit system CBCS for undergraduate program. Faculty of Science and Technology, subject Botany, year BSc third year. Paper number 14, 15, Plant Pathology. Now, student, we will last lecture studied by introduction of plant pathology. Today we will discuss Ticca disease of groundnut, symptoms and control. Now, first of all, causal organisms. The causal organisms of Ticca disease: Cercospora pericineata, now known as Cercosporium pericineatum, Cercospora archidocola. The two forms species differ from each other with respect to the size, shape and color of necrotic lesion they produce, conidia formation and the nature of the mycelium. Now, next point, symptoms of Ticca disease. First symptoms, leaf spot are small, more circular and about 1 to 6 mm in diameter. Next point, the necrotic lesions appear on both the leaf surface and change from dark brown to dark in color. Now, next point, young spot lack bright yellow halo which however develop around the older ones. Now student, next point, mycelium of Ticca disease. The mycelium consists of hypha which are entirely internal. Now, the septate hypha ramify in the intercellular space and obtain nutrition by sending branched hysteria in the mesophyll cells. Now, next, the unbranched conidiophores arise in truth from a dense globular and brown to black stoma and emerge by wrapping the host epidermis. Now, next, they are germinculate, olivaceous, brown, 24 to 54, long and 5 to 8 micron broad and are either aseptate or septate with 1 to 2 septum. Now next, the conidiophores are confined to lower surface of the host leaf and are seen arranged in concentric circles in the tooth. Next point, the conidia are obliquate by cylindrical, light colored, 18 to 60 micron in length and 6 to 11 micron in width. They are septed with 1 to 7 septa and have bluntly rounded ends. Now, next, Ticca disease of groundnut. This is the diagrammatic representation of Ticca disease. Now, figure number A, we can see disease symptoms. Figure number B, section through infected host tissue showing Junculate conidiophores. Now, next figure number C, stomata bearing conidiophores. Figure number D and E, these are the conidia. These are the Ticca disease of groundnut. Now, next, Cercospora archidicola. Symptoms. First symptoms, they are show the leaf spot are comparatively large in size, irregularly circular in outer line and 4 to 10 mm in diameter. Now, next point, the leaf spot are often coniform and necrotic lesions occur on both the surface. Those on the upper surface are reddish brown to black and on the lower surface are light brown. Now, next point, there is a yellow halo around each spot, but holes on the lower surface are less distant. Now, next point, mycelium. It consists of both external and internal hypha. First of all, the internal hypha are both intercellular and intracellular. The hausteria are absent. The unbranched conidiophore arise secreted from the deep brown stomata. Now, next, they are junculate, yellowish brown and 15 to 45 long and 3 to 5 broad and are either aseptate or septate with 1 to 2 septa. Now, next, the conidiophores usually occurs on the upper surface of the host leaf, but occasionally are found on the lower surface as well, and thus described as amphigenous. They are sparse and do not occur. Now, next, the conidia are obliquate, hyaline or palely yellow to slightly oliveous, 38 to 108 micron long and 8 to 6 micron broad. They are septate with 1 to 12 septa and have rounded to distinctly truncate base and subacute apex. Now, next point, disease cycle. Primary infection takes place by soil-borne conidia, which in the soil and on seed in the shells. The spread of the disease during the season is the main of wide disseminated conidia. Now, Penetration is direct through the epidermis and also by way of stomata. Chiefly is occur through the upper epidermis. However, this is possibility of infection through both the leaf surface. Now, next tree diagram. Disease cycle of ticca disease of groundnuts. First upon infection on host surface, the infection of the host and these appearance of symptoms, these are the mycelium, conidia, germination, germ tube, enters, these are the secondary infection. And infection on host surface, infection of the host and the appearance of symptoms, mycelium, conidia, penetration through conidia brought in soil along with diseased plant bred or carried in groundnut shells. Now, conidia disseminated and full on the host surface. Germination, germ tube, enters, infection on the host surface. These are the dominant phase. These are the tree diagram of disease cycle of ticca disease of groundnut. Now student, next point, predisposing factor of ticca disease. First point, maximum predisposing factor for the development of disease prevail in the month of September. Now next point, prolonged low temperature and heavy dew favor severe infection. Next point, relative humidity play an important role in infection. Now next point, the application of nitrogen and phosphatic fertilizer increase disease incidence whenever pH decreases it slightly. Now next point, abscisic acid and riboflavin content of host leaves appear to play some part in susceptibility and resistance to the disease. Now last point, increases in riboflavin content of the leaves is correlated with resistant whenever increase in abscisic acid is directly related to sustainability. Now next, control measure of ticca disease. Rotation of crop seed treatment and dispersal of infected host dried by burning in deep pit elements chains of primary infection to form the soil borne in inoculum. Now next, the seeds within the shells are disinfected with sulfur acid. Now next, without shells they are soaked for half an hour in 0.5% copper sulfate solution, aggregation G, and grassing of naked seeds in equally effective. Now next, to check secondary septate of disease in the field, spraying with suitable fungicides in the only remedy. Among the fungicides, the use of Bordeaux mixture have given good results. Now next, red oxide of copper plus sulfur as highly effective. Now next, Deconil and Benlate are the two more effective fungicides. The diethane for peanut leaf spot disease control. Now next, the spray of these fungicides increased yield as much of 100%. Early maturing varieties are reported to possess resistance to the disease.